Welcome back, pod people. Today, my guests are Bryan Oliver and Will Gray of Cirrus Studios, who made the short Dinner for One, which I saw at the 6 Feet Under Horror Film Fest in Colorado Springs. And they're both sort of jacks of all trades. They do acting, producing, directing, writing, all sorts of things. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thomas, it is a pleasure, brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Well, thank you. So, in films in general, one of the most important things about making the movie in order to get the audience to actually, care about it is to get them to care about the characters, to get them to have some sort of strong feelings. And in most films, people aim to make them like the characters. But in horror, sometimes people aim to make them dislike the characters, because as long as you care about what ends up happening to them, you care about how the movie progresses. And one thing that I found really interesting about Dinner for One is that there's only two characters. I'm going to call the one that we see first the main character because he's the one we see first. I don't remember anyone's name.
Yeah. I think so.
The main character has a lot of personality traits that I would normally find annoying, but for some reason, I just found him really engaging and just really enjoyed watching him and listening to him. And I'm having trouble putting my finger on why. And I'm wondering if, was that intentional? Do you have an idea of why it ended up that way? Is my reaction a normal one, or do people normally hate the guy or love the guy?
I mean, it's funny you say that because I think I've gotten a plethora of responses, because I had one friend who was like, straight up, I wanted to turn it off 5 minutes in, and he's like, it's just the fact he's eating chips that way, and he's just doing all that.
I almost scrolled.
And everything. But I got to tell you, man, I think a lot of what that has to do with is Bryan's acting in that. And I think it's the fact that he brings a little something else, because I think while I was writing that character, I had that in mind where I was like, I want people to be introduced in a way where I'm not asking you not to root for him, but I'm definitely setting it up to where it's going to be tough where when you're asked to or whatever, that turn's going to be a little bigger. But I think what Bryan, brought to it was just a little bit more of that charm. So maybe I think it was a little bit of that mixed in with, whatever other crazy stuff we threw into that character.
Good writing.
We
could throw good writing in because it was a hell of a script.
Yeah, very naturalistic dialogue. Reminded me of I don't know, early Greta Gerwig or something.
Ooh, take that.
Love it. Love it. No, I love that. That's a huge
that is a humongous compliment.
That's really the only thing that I could put my finger on at all was the characters feel very real, both in terms of what they're saying and how they're delivering the lines, which I found really refreshing. I watch a lot of movies, and normally I stick to feature length things, but I have been watching a bunch of shorts as well, especially when I go to a film festival, there's a lot more shorts than other things.
Yeah. Sure.
And I find that in a lot of short films, the character dialogue is often kind of unnatural seeming. And so I'm wondering, do you have any tips for aspiring writers or anything like that as to what makes for natural sounding dialogue?
Man, that's such a good question, because I think that was the hardest thing to really nail down with this entire. Because, it deals with subject matter that's very, out of the blue and everything like that. So to also have that on top of it made it a lot harder. I would just say, honestly, writing them honestly. Because, the thing is that there's a character in there. I don't want to spoil too much, but one of the characters does something that's very, outlandish. That if you heard about it, you'd be like, wow, okay.
If I may interrupt, this is a full spoilers podcast. The idea is
okay.
Yeah, people should watch whatever the thing is and then listen to this to get more insight on how it was made.
Perfect. Okay. Yes. Okay.
This is especially easy with Dinner for One because it's on YouTube for free.
Okay with it. It makes it so much easier. Okay, so one of the characters happens to be a cannibal. And so when you write about something like that, it's kind of hard to write that and be like, man, how do you make this honest and human? But I think it's just not really thinking about it as a cannibal, thinking about it as just a person who has this horrible, horrible affliction that by no means am I saying that like in any ways, you know, you can relate to on that level, but just making him on every other aspect of human and just kind of, you know, fleshing him out that way. So it's like, okay, at least there's something in there where you can at least see a human being through whatever monstrous stuff he's doing. So I think just, I mean, it's a very kind of cliche thing to say, but keeping it very, very real and keeping it very, you know, grounded and just, not thinking too much about that other bigger kind of outlandish stuff and letting it get in the way. So,
yeah. So let's talk about the cannibalism aspect a bit because, I mean, so obviously that's the core conceit of the short is, you know, character who's a cannibal and a reluctant cannibal. And so in that way, it kind of reminded me of like someone struggling with addiction.
That's great.
And so I'm wondering how much of that was like a conscious thing, trying to make some sort of deliberate metaphor versus just, you know, hey, what if a guy was compelled to be a cannibal?
Wow. It was a little column A and a little column B. Like, honest, no, for real. Like, because, I think it started out with the whole idea of like, you know, this friendship aspect and this kind of like that being at the core of it and being this like, what would you do for a friend and like how far you would go.
What's that level? What is that level? Where does it end?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
And literally it just took it to that level of like, well, what's the furthest we can push this? And it's like, okay, eating your friend, that's probably the point where you go, I don't care how good of a friend you are. It's not lasting. So I think a little bit of the cannibal, once it came in, for sure, I was like, I love this aspect of it. But
Okay. Something I found myself wondering about both times that I watched it, in the festival and again today when I rewatched it, and that I don't like, if there is an answer to this in your mind, I don't think it's made explicit in the film, which is he like killing and butchering them in like a mundane way that a real human cannibal would, or is he like magically unhinging his jaw and consuming them? Because there are two things that made me wonder about this. The first one is that as someone who has, you know, butchered and cooked animals, there is not enough time in the storyline for him to have killed someone, waited for rigor mortis to wear off, butchered them, cooked them, and eaten them. He in the story, he ate the guy in the past hour, like an hour ago, the guy was alive and now he's been eaten.
Give or take. So no, definitely. I think that's a good question for like, if he's, I mean, I think I thought about it initially as like a very animalistic way where he's pretty much eating it raw, which
just, I mean, like biting chunks off of them sort of thing.
Yeah, just a total animal. That's kind of how I saw it. Because we actually have discussed like you know, other stuff involving what you're talking about in the cooking and all that stuff. And that's actually something we've always kind of kept in mind because that's a very interesting idea. But I think it was mostly just an animalistic
visceral attack.
The other thing that made me, that made me go, oh, maybe this is like a magical affliction or something, is that the bit when the cell phone rings and at first the guy can't tell where the cell phone ring is coming from. My immediate thought was like, oh, he swallowed the guy whole and his cell phone is in his stomach.
Oh my gosh. I mean, okay. Now I kind of feel bad that never was a thing that happened.
I am
like, wow, man.
We need to put some notes on a whiteboard.
Yeah, wow. I didn't realize that I had to now go back into this thing that's been edited for 3 years and no, that's awesome, by the way. That's a great thing.
So we're gonna make 2 features now. We're gonna make
are you thinking about adapting Dinner for One into a feature?
It's in the script is in the works right now.
Oh, fantastic.
We came up with a story a few years back, and it was a lot of it. I have to credit to Bryan, really like constructed a lot of this expanding stuff and like took what it was on the page and just kind of ran. So we
ran with it, man.
Yeah.
We ran with it.
Yeah.
We said, hey, we've got a concept here, a storyline, a character that we believe we can build another, we can build an actual story out of, where you'll hang in for 2 hours or whatever, you know what I mean? Just to see what happens. Cause you're oddly connected, right? You're oddly connected to what this guy's going through on the screen. And so, yeah, we got a build out going for sure.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah, I briefly scrolled through the comments on the YouTube video, and
no.
Oh no, there was a rather upvoted one where someone was like, "Hey, this is cool. Is this like the pilot for a series, or is it just a standalone thing?"
Okay, yeah. Shout out to that's actually like one of my best friend's dads. Actually, he actually did that, and it was like it was great that he said that, because that was like right around the time when we were discussing the features. So it was like, oh, well, at least someone's thinking about this.
Someone wants more. Well, someone wants more.
There you go.
So
that's pretty much it. So yeah.
Cool. So I looked at your YouTube channel and I saw you have a number of different shorts there. I only watched one of them because I've been pretty busy today, but
yeah, no, and it's not no, dude. Hey, man, I appreciate the questions, because I don't know much about all of that. So yeah.
Okay. Are you then the one who shot it, given that you know which one?
Oh, Cold-Blooded. Yeah. I was what would the photography?
Yeah, director of
photography.
Yeah.
And director
on that one. Yeah.
Cold-Blooded.
Nice.
Yep. Now again, keep in mind, when did we start doing this? Because I came back from a life that I didn't ever want to live.
Yeah, it was a big
life I wanted
thing. So this was like, this has been like 4 years probably in the making.
So 4 years of crash course camera. Is what I literally subjected myself to, and I haven't been diligent enough. I can tell you that what you said is accurate. For sure. Oh, and then we did a quarter smoke on the lens. So
okay, I'm not sure what that means. Is that like
it was a filter?
Yeah, okay, like the UV filter sort of thing.
Yeah, and it just takes more of it gives it kind of more of like a surreal vibe. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to like a clear crystal vibe. So
all right. Yeah, the reason I was compelled to ask is because the thumbnail for it is very vibrantly colored, which is quite different from the short. And so I kept waiting, like, okay, there's going to be like the beat's going to drop at some point, and all of a sudden the colors are going to change, and then it just never happened. But okay.
No, that's a very good, because it is kind of something we actually discussed a lot of this while the poster was coming out. There was like a bunch of different like options, and that was definitely something that was brought up, that it's like, a lot of this stuff that's in the background and stuff isn't really in the movie itself, but I don't know.
Indicative to something that might come along though later.
Yeah, who knows?
like another feature.
Yeah, but, hey. I mean, it's all leading to something.
It is all leading to something.
Yeah. So, looking at your YouTube channel, all of the videos were uploaded in the past year, but you just said something about like 5 years of working on something.
So the thing is that
from script to
so from when really that's what it is. So really the 4 years or so, we met probably like 2019-ish around. And so we were and then we started really talking about this stuff in 2020. So when we were talking about
shout out 2019, met in Benji Dobrin's acting class.
Yes.
So if you're ever in Denver and you want to catch out an acting thing, he'll do, what do they call it, a drop-in or whatever?
Yeah, an audit class.
Look for Benji Dobrin Acting Studio in Denver.
That's literally where we met. No, that is a thing.
Yeah, all right.
In there.
BenJydobrin.com.
Yep.
I think that's it. Yep.
And the reason we're shouting that out is because literally without that class, none of this would have ever happened.
Yeah.
So,
plus, he's also the man.
and he's the man, and we've used most of our actors have been from that class. So it's been a full circle kind of thing. But yeah, so that happened in 2019. Then 2020, we really started to talk about it, and we all know what happened then. So really, the talks turned from that into like, okay, when is this going to happen?
Are we ever?
Yeah.
Going to be able
And
to do this
then
again?
Dinner for One was shot probably like right when things were starting to kind of getting like maybe end of 2020.
Like, hey, you people can mingle again.
Like, yeah, where it was starting to get a little bit, but I mean, it was still like very distant on
temperatures
the set of that
at the door,
one,
and not
it was a mass, all that stuff. So yeah, so that's why I think we started releasing, and Dinner for One's editing process also was
fuck me.
That we feel like we're still we feel like
feel free to curse on. There's no censorship.
Okay.
Perfect.
Sweet. Now I feel way better about this interview going forward.
Yeah. But,
the editing process, Thomas, was a fucking nightmare. It sucked.
Oh yeah. Why? Editing's my
Zoom.
favorite part of the process, so I'm curious why that is.
Usually, it's been a very fun part, but
Absolutely. Not for Dinner for One.
Yeah,
Dinner for One. We did it. First time movie ever. First time ever putting together a movie on anything. We did it on what, iMovie or no, not iMovie. What?
Final Cut. I think we
Final
did it on
Cut.
Final Cut
With our friend and brother, Patrick Herod.
Yeah.
And however, the entire edit was done over screen share on Zoom with all of us sitting in our respective houses. It sucked.
So my goodness.
It was.
You wanted to murder me at one point.
Not just a bunch of cooks in the kitchen, but like a bunch of cooks telecommuting into the kitchen.
Dude,
it's like a bunch of cooks in
that
3
is
separate
literally-
kitchens in 3 separate states.
No, grab the oregano, the other oregano.
So all the kitchens
my
aren't even the same
goodness.
kitchen.
Yeah, and then there was latency issues where it was like
Oh.
he would skip ahead like in his video feed like 10 seconds. So we're talking milliseconds, right? That we're lining up.
Right.
For this stuff, and then all of a sudden he'd jump backwards, and I'd be like, "What is happening?" 6 months.
Oh wow, yeah, that sounds miserable.
Needless to say, it's my favorite part now because it's fun.
So we were all kind of wanting to kill one another by the end of it, so it's just nice to see that a good product came.
I've never stared 2 gentlemen in the face that wanted to murder me until basically the end of that edit.
That is a lot of like I've heard of movies that have been edited by more than one person, but usually like in sections, not in everybody working on the same thing at the same time. That's wild.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was. We feel like we're still editing it at this point.
Is Final Cut Pro is that a subscription one, or is that like a one-time payment one?
What's up?
Is Final Cut Pro, is that one that you just buy it and then you have it, or is it a subscription thing?
What was Final Cut like? Was it a subscription thing, or did we just buy it, or was it because we haven't used now we don't even use it now.
Well, to be honest, I'm pretty sure it was like a student or faculty account because Pat is a teacher.
That's right.
Okay.
What is it? Red Rocks?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah. So he's
what are you editing on now?
What's that?
You said you're not using it anymore. I'm curious what you're editing with now.
We're using the Resolve.
DaVinci Resolve.
Whatever it is.
Favorite too.
19, 18, 17,
whatever
they've got at now.
The current version.
Yeah. Which you have to download every 32 hours. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love it because they keep their stuff up to date, but every time we open this program.
But it's been great.
Yeah, no, it's an awesome program. Don't get me wrong.
It is. It's really good.
It
started out as color grading software.
Well, no, that's what I need to learn. So that's what I'm on in my tutorials for this year is figuring out color grading.
Great. Yeah. What camera did you shoot on? Did you use the same one for all of these different shorts, or did you change it up?
No. So for the camera for DFO, we used was it a Rebel or a TI? It was a Canon.
Yeah, it was a Canon.
Okay,
I think it was a Canon Rebel. Yeah.
I think it was a Rebel TI or something like that.
T and then some number and then I.
Yeah,
exactly. But that was for. Oh wait, that wasn't for any of the ones he's talking about because we used the 4Ks for DFO.
Oh,
Remember?
did we?
Yeah, 'cause it
Oh,
was
we
long.
did. Yes.
So
No, the Canon.
we-
I'm gonna
we,
guess
Blackmagic
Blackmagic Pocket
was-
Cinema 4K.
Yeah,
Yes.
for DFO.
Yeah.
We used. It's a good camera, man.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. I'll use that thing all day long.
Yeah,
I will.
I'm pretty sure that DaVinci has built-in Blackmagic LUTs. So
They do.
yeah, next time you're color grading something, just drop one of those on a clip and see how it changes things.
That's
Okay, thank you.
literally-
Hey,
yeah.
Thomas,
There you go.
here's your mistake. You gave me your email.
Yeah,
You gave me your email, sir. So you may get some email questions.
He says mistake as in you're going to get an email tonight at 2:00. about color
I'm gonna be
grading.
out back being like, how do I capture the moon?
How do I get that color grading right on the
Oh.
shot?
my only tip for trying to capture the moon is don't use a Samsung-made camera because
Is the light
s-
sensor wonky or what?
no, it's even weirder than that. Or like at least specifically cell phones.
Oh, okay.
Samsung has was exposed a few months ago for doing this thing where if you take a photograph of the moon, their camera detects that you have taken a photograph of the moon, doesn't actually save the photo that you took,
No.
and instead
No.
replaces it with a high resolution stock image of the moon.
Dude,
What?
Yeah.
we are in the Matrix.
What is happening?
They're
Why?
replacing reality with screens, man.
That is creepy.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's super bizarre.
Wow.
Yeah, nighttime photography is really hard though.
No kidding. Yeah, because the
Yeah,
moon isn't.
Yeah,
what
well,
the-
like I remember when the first time I tried was what 2019 when I went to Iceland and I tried to get the aurora.
yeah,
Oh my god!
yeah.
Sitting out there with my camera sitting there, and it was just standing there for 5 minutes until all of a sudden it was like click, and I'm like, oh, okay, I
Yeah.
think we got a photo. I have no clue whether or not we got a photo. I'm
Did you-
chatting with no bars on my phone to my photographer friend, being like, how do I do this again? What are the settings? Give me the
Did
ISO. What am I doing?
Did you bring a tripod?
I did. Thank God.
Okay, good. That's the most important part. Yeah. Trying to stand there
Stabilization.
without wiggling your
Yeah.
hands.
Exactly. Exactly. Needless to say, the crew on most of our films is amateur at best, but learning.
But
Yeah,
also,
no, I mean,
great
that's the
and
most
did
important
the
part.
job, and
Oh yeah, got the job
Yeah.
done for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really had a lot of fun with Dinner for One. And you did a good job of making use of a very limited space and a very limited cast. Like there's only two characters. Well,
Yeah.
I guess technically there's three characters, but there's only two characters that we see.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right.
Yep.
And so yeah, I think especially for like if you had told me to guess before this conversation like how many shorts you had made before Dinner for One, my guess would not have been 0.
Wow. That's thank you, man. No, that's the
Did you hear
biggest
that?
compliment
Did
that
you hear
could
that?
get. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's amazing. Thank you so much, man. That means a lot.
Just
yeah,
getting warmed.
Yeah.
Just getting warmed up.
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's a great premiere. So you guys have only been making movies for a few years. You're relatively new at this.
Yeah.
Was there anything in particular that prompted you to start when you did, or is it just how things happen to work out?
I mean,
Timing is sometimes beautiful.
yeah.
Sometimes. And sometimes you
Sometimes.
overlook it, but sometimes you see it for what it is, and it's just amazing.
Yeah.
And it was literally again that Dobrin acting class, man.
Yeah.
Started everything.
Yep.
And then sitting down with this gentleman and one of our other acting partners and starting like a writing group, and then sitting down with him going like, you know what? We're talking about it. Let's just make it. Let's just do it. Let's just get it done. We've got things that are brewing, that we'd like to work on. And it was kind of just, I guess, pulling the pin on the grenade and finding out if it's a dud or if it's live,
All right.
Yeah.
What drew you to that? Like, how'd you find out about that acting class?
Oh man. So my history with it, I've been in that acting class probably, I'd say at this point, 10 years, probably a decade.
You think 10?
And probably a
Wow.
decade. Well, because
It's got to be more.
Well, because film school, I went to film school in Denver,
Yeah.
and it was the year I actually went to film school. I met a girl on the first film school set I ever was acting on. And she was like, there's this acting class, which now I'm looking at as like, it was because I wasn't that good. And she was like, I have a place where we could go, which it's the way
You
it
might
should
want
be.
to look into
I was new to it,
training.
but I mean, I'm glad, her saying that's the greatest suggestion maybe in my entire life. So, it suggested that 2013, and I've been in it ever since. And then 2019, right before the shutdown, he got like the last few months the in-person thing.
Absolutely crazy. And then it was like, hey, you remember this thing that you used to absolutely love to do?
Yeah.
This thing that you gave up years ago based on the advice of not very smart people.
Yeah.
who you also may love, but that doesn't make them smart.
Yeah.
About who you are. And then you finally get it, and it's like a big ass present with a bow.
Yeah.
And then COVID decided to be a thing.
And
it was like, man.
Yep. Right when it was really, really happening.
And then we shifted to writing.
Yeah. No, literally. That's what it was.
Like, okay, we can't act. We'll try Zoom. Zoom's great for auditions, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's all about making telling the story.
Yeah.
The final story.
Yeah. So that's pretty much where the whole thing started from.
Yep.
All right. Man, I'm looking at the guy's website, and it's $200 for 4 weeks of classes. So if you've been doing that for 10 years, that's a pretty penny.
Right. Right. Well, it was worth it. That was the thing, is that it was definitely a different price when I first entered it.
Well,
but
true.
Of course, the whole thing changes.
And you got to realize he starts at what, like 6?
Right. I mean, it's a long
11?
class. Yeah, I mean, it's a long class. So I mean, it's definitely it's not
a 30-minute. Hey, come meet us on Zoom.
Yeah.
Let's kick around. It's hey, we're gonna do some scene work, some development, some actual work.
But yes, that nowadays, yes, I mean, it's definitely a little bit up there. But I think, if it works, it's worth it. And it really, every time we go back, it really is something where we're like, wow, that is something we need to do more often.
Absolutely. Every single time we go back to scout.
Mm-hmm. To poach his actors.
You're like, Will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good thing he seems to be okay with it. So it's okay.
Nice.
Well, we're trying to get people reels, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to tell stories and get people reels.
So, in terms of your inspirations, what movies or directors or anything like that, do you watch a lot of like independent stuff or more mainstream things? Or I see you nodding.
It's a mix, but mostly for me, independent stuff. Sure. I'm definitely more into but I mean, it just all really depends. But I think as of recently, that's the stuff that when I'm writing, or the stuff that like inspires me or stuff like that. I still love mainstream stuff, and that there's no doubt that like I'll go back. I mean, I just watched Terminator 2 the other night, so I mean, it's like I'm not and I still think it's the best. But like, yes, but there's just there's something about independent films that for me it also just feels like you can do, like it feels like we can do it also. So that aspect of
that's a big
cool
thing
too. Yeah,
it's like, hey, guess what, you can accomplish this without a studio. You can get an idea together. You can find like-minded people who want to help, and you commit to the project, and then that's your putting this project together. Every project you do is your Super Bowl,
right?
I mean, you got to show up,
you
got to play every play, you got to do whatever you got to do.
Yours, it's not, because
it's yours.
To anything else.
Every single person on that set, that production is theirs. So
true. True. So little this, little that, but independent for sure over most.
Normally, when I interview people, I like to ask them about how they've seen independent filmmaking change over the course of their career. You're in an unusual situation in that not only did your career like start very recently, it also started during COVID, and so I'm not sure how much.
I like to say survived COVID. Let's start there. It didn't start during COVID. It 100% survived COVID.
Yes.
All right.
What were you asking? Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, I was just gonna say, so like, I can sort of guess as to how you've seen things change in that at first nobody was doing anything because global pandemic, and now people are back to doing things.
That's pretty much it. The thing is, like with the independent film that I've always kind of felt is that I feel like even with the pandemic and all this stuff going on, like I don't know how like financially well a lot of these independent films do, but it seems like the people who were already seeking them out, and I might be totally wrong, before the pandemic are still seeking them out now. Whereas with like the stuff in theaters and the bigger things, like those were things where people went out and they watched them in the theaters and everything. So I think when things stopped the streaming stuff, I think it definitely impacted independent cinema, but I definitely think a lot of those people were already watching them at home or like, in, little, independent screens and stuff like that. So I think I've always felt pretty optimistic about independent films in general, but you're right. Like starting from where we started, it was like no one's even making those films, which was like a dark time where it's like you can't even make films yourself. So it was.
I remember watching several films that were shot entirely over a video chat thing like this.
Yeah.
That was a fun little gimmick that it was. I liked seeing that happen.
Right.
Still working through it.
Yeah. Anyway.
So, you just mentioned being like not knowing about the finances of how independent films are doing. If you have specific questions, I might be able to answer that. I talk with a lot of people who work in this space.
Well, okay.
No, go for it. No.
I think for us, we don't really care. I mean, if I'm making
a healthy attitude.
I mean, the thing is, I'll just jump in for a second. It's not. Yeah, no, it's not that we do. It's that it's not something that's like we're thinking about being like we're gonna make this much money at this time. Like it'd be great, and that's always gonna be, and we want this to be our living. Absolutely. So we care on that level. But the sentiment that he is talking about of like when we think about it, it never comes into play like, whoa, and this will make this much, and we can get the. It really is just comes from a place of like,
how do we get this done?
Exactly.
How do we get this? How do we get this project done? Do we even need money?
Yeah.
No, we don't. Okay, we need our weekends and a few players.
Right.
Got it. Okay. Do we need a crew? No, I'll carry the camera, shoot it, and direct. Let's go.
I mean,
but it's in the mind, right? It's always there, but it's not a thing.
No,
it's not a thing.
But when it comes to like what you're saying, like questions and stuff, I mean, I don't know if I have specific questions. I'm always curious because it always seems like there's certain independent films that really do kind of strike a chord and these little things that still do. So I'm just wondering like which one of those are like the ones that you've seen like really stand out, and also what makes something independent, because there's also a lot of stuff that like where I'll see be like this is the highest grossing independent movie, and I'm like, is this an independent movie or is this
what was the budget on that? 100 million.
So that's kind of the big things that I always go like, okay. I mean,
it's top tier actor known this year. It's an indie.
Well, so obviously there's a bunch of different answers. The stuff that I watch is largely weighted towards micro budget, extremely independent stuff, and that sort of thing does on occasion get big, but I can only think of like 2 examples from the past decade. And to get another one, I'd have to go back to 1999 with the Blair Witch Project.
Right.
Yeah.
And the 2
they're advertising. Their marketing.
Their marketing was amazing. It was so good.
They literally created branding before everybody tried to sell themselves on Instagram.
Yeah, before all the social media stuff.
Literally, it was crazy. That was an experiment, not just a film. That was insane.
Yeah. So in terms of like, I think in as much as there is a technical definition of an independent film, it's just wasn't made by one of the major studios.
Right.
But it could still be distributed by a major distributor.
Right.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, they pick up everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, they don't. They quite a lot of independent films are.
I know.
Either by a small
distribute on
or
Amazon if that's your thing, right?
Sorry, say that again.
you can still distribute on Amazon if that's your thing, right? I mean, there's ways to get your film out. Plus, YouTube's a great platform.
Well,
'cause then
YouTube you can
just put it
definitely
out
do, but Amazon.
Yeah. So the way that I would recommend trying to distribute it yourself is with Film Hub. Are you familiar with this?
No.
Okay,
Nope.
so Film Hub is kind of like a distributor in that they will pitch your film to streaming services, basically.
Nice.
But traditionally, a distributor will have quality control, both in the sense of like, is your film technically well made, and is your film like entertaining enough? And then they will spend money marketing it. Whereas what Film Hub does is they will check to make sure that your film is technically well made enough. Like, is it high enough resolution? Is it the proper aspect ratio? That sort of thing. But they do not care about how good it is as like a piece of art. They will just, if it meets technical specs, they will accept it.
Okay.
And then they will not spend any money marketing it. They will simply inform all of the streamers that they work with, this one is available now.
Yeah. Okay.
And they will make it available as like part of a package where it's like, you give us this much money, we'll give you this many, like all of these different films, that sort of thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And they'll get it on Amazon, Tubi, and a bunch of really tiny streaming services in other countries that nobody's ever heard of.
Yeah.
And so if you're not going to go to the effort of distributing it, like of doing all of the work to like directly sell DVDs to people and stuff like that, then Film Hub seems like the way to go if you're trying to distribute things yourself, based on people that I've spoken with. Disclaimer, I have not worked with them at all personally.
Well, we would do our own due diligence. Trust me, Thomas, we do our own due diligence. We wouldn't call. We're not doing the next episode of us with you being like, "Listen here, you son of a." That's not how this works, man. Okay, Film Hub.
Yeah, Film Hub.
Cool.
Okay,
cool. Check it out.
Sounds cool.
Appreciate
like
you on that.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Do they have any restrictions on whether or not you've already released?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Okay, we'll check it out.
Yeah, and
sweet Film Hub, cool.
Yeah, and honestly, like having looked into, like I read a lot of filmmaker autobiographies and things like that, and a very common refrain in them is like, I made this movie that, made it blew up way bigger than my other ones, made this many millions of dollars, and this distributor owed me this many hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they never paid.
Yep.
And so like I'm
was
really
your agent in the valley?
Sorry, what's that?
Was your agent in the valley?
I feel like that's a reference to something that I don't.
No, did they get you lined up with the distributor for your film, your agent in the valley?
Oh.
Don't worry about it. It's just LA, Hollywood.
Yeah, no, I'm not a Los Angeles person, so those references
you and me
fly
both,
right over my head.
You and me both.
Yeah.
I like this state.
Yeah, Colorado's really great.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, so in terms of like real breakout indie success stories, the only ones that are at all recent that come to mind for me are Terrifier and Skinamarink.
Oh yeah. I'm very familiar with Terrifier for sure. But Skinamarink I've heard a lot about and heard really good things. So.
To add it to our list of watches.
Yeah, and both of those are micro budget films, which like there is some disagreement about what that means, but in general, $100,000 or less.
Okay.
Which to a lot of people who aren't involved in filmmaking, that sounds like a whole lot of money.
It's not
really not. We don't use even close to that. Like it sounds like a lot, but honestly, like comparatively,
you could burn through $100K on a location.
Yeah, not really.
On a location, you could be like, "Here's all of our money. Thanks.
No,
We're still micro budget for your one location."
Yeah.
But yeah, we're definitely micro budget.
Oh, we're micro budget for sure.
Yeah, is there a micro?
Some people say nano budget, but nobody can seem to agree on what that means. And some people say no budget. And my favorite is when people say no budget, which means, up to $5,000.
So it's like, so
I'm
still
like, okay, so
stretching the definition a little bit.
yeah.
See, and I like to think of this as our budget was untold amounts of money because it was our time.
Untold.
It was our time.
Yeah.
And what is our time worth?
Well,
is it
and that's
worth
great.
100K or is it worth?
No, it's true.
Way
And
more
plus,
than
if you say untold amounts, people are like, wow, that sounds like a lot. So that's also,
It was gajillions.
yeah.
Gajillions.
But they don't know that means that we're just not telling you how little we
At
spent.
all.
So.
At all.
Yeah. Though honestly, especially in independent films, I think you'll get more cred by saying we spent this very small amount of money on this than by like implying that you spent a bunch of money on it.
Yeah, and we're not even
massively.
just saying it to get more. We
No, we
literally
have no
can't
options.
make this up. We have no options. We have no money. We just like
Yeah.
making movies. That's what it is.
That's literally what it
Yeah.
is. We love
Yeah.
making movies. We're
Yeah.
gonna be here for a while.
That's great.
We
And
got
yeah,
we got some things percolating. We
Yeah.
got some what was it? Irons in the fire. That's what my dad always says. Irons in the fire. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, yeah, I'm a blacksmith now. Sweet. Cool.
had some question I was going to ask, but then I just forgot it.
Oh,
Oh, that happens to me all the
Nah.
time.
Yeah.
Like especially when we're working on scripts.
Yeah.
Like, what was I talking about?
yeah, exactly.
What was the concept again? Every time, man.
Oh yeah, I guess one last thing about like financing and like trying to make a profit off
Yeah.
of this.
Yeah.
Every single person I've ever spoken with agrees that shorts never make any money.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
And we're fully aware, and we are fully aware making shorts on the notion that this is not for money in any aspect whatsoever.
Well, that's
So-
why we post them on YouTube for free. I mean,
Right,
we don't
right.
even. They're like you can add ads to your videos, I guess, on YouTube, and we're like, nah, we just want to see people to see what we're doing.
And these film festivals, which
Yeah.
we got another one that we're going to here very soon coming up for another short.
I mean,
So,
yeah, our budget
Nice.
is negative.
Yeah.
It's out of pocket for film
yeah,
festivals.
exactly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Talking about budget. It's amazing how much easier it is and cheaper it is these days to make a movie
Mhm.
than it used to be in the days of film.
Mm.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. Have you read or have you seen El Mariachi, Robert Rodriguez's first film?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Okay.
absolutely. We reference Robert Rodriguez quite a
time.
bit. And
Nice.
yeah.
Have you read his making of book, A Rebel Without a Crew?
7,000.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you remember how that budget breakdown went?
I don't.
It
I
was
just remember him getting pieces of skin torn out of the backs of his arms because he subjected himself to a testing facility to earn extra money to get it done. But then it also gave him time to work out his scene placement, his scripts, and his storyboarding. So yeah, I remember that part. But what was the break?
It was something like $500 on the actors.
Mhm.
But like the camera and all of the equipment he got for free.
Yep.
I think there was like a $500 bribe to the police,
Yep.
and then $6,000 on film.
Yeah, because he had to do the whole jail scene, and so he needed them all. And they were all policemen. They weren't actors. They were like legit
Yeah.
policemen. Like,
Yeah, and
used
the,
his
the,
friends.
the guns in the movie were borrowed from the police.
Yeah. And his friend showed up. He was like, "What do I need?" He's like, "What do you need?" He's like, I need like 3 senoritas, and I need 2 of them to be hot." And his friend was like, "I'll be back." And he just shows up. Like, boom, here they are. And they're in the film.
Yeah,
The dude's an
No,
inspiration.
he's amazing.
Legit.
He's amazing.
yeah. He made another movie a few years ago that I haven't seen yet, but I really want to. That also had a $7,000 budget.
What?
Wow. So he went back to his
I
roots
love
after
hearing
all
that.
this
I love hearing
time.
that.
Well, because that dude's made real big fucking stuff too.
All
So
day
it's just
long, man.
crazy to see him go
How
back.
many has he worked with Quentin?
Yeah, in Sin City,
Yeah.
and just crazy, man.
Yeah, Frank Miller. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. Yeah, I would
But
love
what-
to
what-
see.
what is it? What's the new one? Do you know what the
Yeah,
new
I
one
don't
is?
even know what it is.
If you give me just a few seconds, I'll
Yeah,
Yeah, no worries. No
have it.
worries.
Red 11,
Red Alert.
Wow, I didn't even hear about
I
that.
haven't either.
and it's
Wow.
on Tubi.
Oh,
Okay,
there you go.
perfect.
Well, there you go. So good stuff still goes on Tubi. There you go.
Yep.
Oh yeah, 85 minutes, a wonderful length of time for a film to be.
Hell yeah.
Wait,
dude.
you said
Yeah,
85?
85 minutes.
85.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, under 90, baby. You get
Yeah.
5 off.
No kidding.
That's
That's
yeah,
a big.
Five off.
That
You
is
get
a
5
big.
off.
That's huge. Yeah, that's huge.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Right. That's the goal.
So having basically just started your filmmaking career quite recently, what do you see as the future of independent filmmaking?
Ooh, that's
Ooh,
a tough question.
Very tough.
Kinda.
I mean, it's so crazy because, like I said, there's so many like still good independent filmmakers out there, and so many good like independent films. Like I was,
Actors,
so I
actresses.
want to be optimistic and being like, that's the one aspect, because when it comes to like, the big budget stuff, I think there is, it seems like there's a lot of worry in that regard. But when it comes to independent film, it just kind of feels like there's a resilience to it, where it's like, I feel like it's always kind of going to be there, whether or not even people like ask for, I mean, not ask for it, but just like, the and all that's, I don't know.
No, that is right.
It's,
like, we don't care that you're asking for it. We're making it.
Right. And I think with that
It's a
in
good
mind,
perspective.
yeah, I think it's optimistic that way, but at the same time, the film business in general is pretty screwed up.
Man?
So I think
you got strikes, you got SAG-AFTRA,
exactly, and
it's like they got pitchforks and torches
No,
down there.
but that's the thing, is that it's like the writers, and I'm glad to hear that there was some tentative thing for the writers. That's very nice to know. So man,
that was just signed a few days ago as of this recording.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
No, it's good.
Did they get what they want?
I heard it described as they got 90% of what they want.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a
sounded
win.
like
that's
tentative. Well, it sounds like tentative. They were treating it like at least it's something. So.
Well, and like, to your point though, I think, and to your point, Thomas, too, with the Film Hub, I think like you said, we're in a weird period because we got started in a pandemic. But I feel like that forced more people to go search for more content because everybody had downtime, right? And so everybody sat through, they went back and they were like, oh, I fucking loved Grey's Anatomy. Let me watch that again. And then they watched it all and they were like, okay, what's next?
Right.
Then they got onto the next thing that Netflix told them to watch, the next thing Amazon popped up in their queue, and they started going through it to the point where they were like, wait, is there anything that's not the same story? Is there anything that's just off the wall that's weird?
Yeah.
And so the people, I feel like the internet, the good side of the internet, right, is that you can reach more people, man.
Yeah.
You can do it without this blockade of cash capital running the bigger productions. Let them have their $500 million movies, man. I'll make mine with $5 grand.
It's interesting that it is it's definitely easier to make a movie than ever before, and it's easier to get it out there, but it does also seem harder to get people to watch it. Just
for sure.
I think
because
that's
there's
true.
So many options.
Absolutely.
That's true. That's true. Absolutely. And I think that's where, the fact that like, the theaters not being as much of a thing is kind of a downer, because that always kind of specified it to these certain movies you could go to. But you're right. Now that it leaves it wide open, it's just, how do you get people to not watch all the 40 shows that they're lined up to watch? And then like, hey, there's this really weird horror film that I want you to see that was made on $7,000
algorithm because they entered the right hashtag.
Right. So that's definite, and that's been the part about this whole thing that's still to this day we're so much in just like the how do you even gauge that, and like it's
the metrics. Like the reality is that again, it's like the money question. We care, but we don't.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like we want to make stuff. We don't care if there's 1 billion. We don't care if there's 2. If one person watches our film on YouTube, then that's one person that sat
one more person.
Even if they cut it off halfway through, I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, still.
That's one person that saw it.
Still.
So that's a mission success because it was completed. All these, people don't understand. I feel sometimes that Hollywood gets this glitz and glamour, but they don't understand the guts of the system, right? And what it takes to put together an actual film. So in essence, they hear 500 million on one end and they go studio work. and then they hear 5,000 on one end and they think, oh, much easier film to do. And it's absolute bullshit, because the reality is you have the same problems on a $500 million set that you have on a $5,000 set. And the reality of that, though, is you got a boatload of people that are putting their soul, their time, their blood, and their sweat into a film for basically nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
But that's the independent. That's what independent is, man. This is what we're doing. We're gonna make art. If you like it, cool. That's not the point.
True.
Yeah. I think the only edit I'd say to that is I can think of at least one problem that you won't have on a $5,000 set that you might have on a $500 million set, and that's union striking.
Well, that's definitely, you know what? I think, yeah, and I think it's more timely than not to say you're absolutely right. Because that definitely is something that we have not had to be like, hey, who's on strike on our, oh, that's right, we don't have that kind of a pull, so it's not really.
We worked with one SAG actress.
Yeah, we worked with the SAG actress.
We went through the micro budget paperwork and all that, and we were like, I think we're good.
And it was before any of this.
Oh, wow, you legitimately went through the micro budget paperwork instead of just having her work under an assumed identity.
Oh yeah, right. But yeah, no, we've been through all of that.
That was a joy.
Yeah.
Fellas, no, man, I don't want to knock them, because I get the levels.
No, you gotta
let's just protect the artist.
It's just,
wow.
No, it's.
If I recall correctly, scale at that point is like $200 a day or something.
Exactly, something like that.
I don't even know what the day rate was.
Yeah. No, but
like,
you gotta.
We wanted to work with her, so
you gotta do what you gotta do.
She's SAG after. Guess what?
That's
what you gotta do.
It's worth it.
So
awesome. Which short was she in?
10 Lives.
10 Lives.
10 Lives. Okay, I haven't watched that one yet. I watched half of them. I watched Dinner for One, Captain Hotbox, and Cold Blooded.
So. Okay. Oh,
that's a good mix.
That's an interesting mix. Those three. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I picked them because I was like, I'll watch the most recent one, and then I was like, oh, I only have a few minutes. I'll watch the shortest one.
The shortest one. There you go. Cool.
Let me get a breath. Let me get the wet
right
of it, the whole shebang.
Right.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Thank you for watching them.
Yeah, no, for real.
And I'm going to check out The Fifth Year and 10 Lives and Stalk as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Let us know.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure, and feel free to like you said, you have my email address, so feel free to reach out to me.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Official.
Where should people go? I mean, obviously, your YouTube channel, Cirrus Studios, Cirrus spelled IRRUS.
Yeah, so the main thing is we also have a website as well, which is watchcirrus.com, which is just Cirrus, like our name. And that's
URL or whatever.
And that's where you can actually get all the links, and those will actually link you to our YouTube page. Channel, So you can go to our YouTube page and do Cirrus Studios just as well. But I think the easiest way to probably just get all of them is to go to watchcirrus.com, and that's probably the best way.
Yep. Awesome.
And we're putting we got a few things cooking. So just what do we always say? Stay tuned. Stay tuned. We're working.
Great. And it looks like watchcirrus.com also has links to your various social media.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yep. Instagram, Facebook. Yep. We got all of that.
All of that stuff.
Yeah. No.
All the accoutrement.
We got a lot of
today.
We got some people around us that helped us with that. Website. They got us all situated with that. So
shout out to Katie.
Yeah, Katie Gray. Yeah.
Katie Gray for sure.
Yeah. My sister-in-law for putting that together. So
literally everybody that works on any of our projects. It's a team effort. It always has been.
Great. Yeah. Looks like a Squarespace.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on and talking with me.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much. This was great. Your questions were awesome. And we love being able to talk about all of this stuff. So
we're geeks, man. We're movie geeks. We like
fantastic.
Geeks, man.
Yeah.
And so And what is it? Hold on. You make games as well?
I do, yeah. Sixpencegames.com. I make tabletop games.
Okay, that is awesome.
I don't actually have any within arm's reach at the moment, but my most relevant.
Where's your product placement? Come on, Mr.
Well, my most relevant one is Fear of the Unknown, which is a
Ooh,
horror
the
mystery
Unknown?
role-playing game. So like how Dungeons and Dragons is a role-playing game that lets you play Lord of the Rings style adventures, Fear of
Yes.
the Unknown lets you play horror movies.
Wow, so you're speaking my wow. Okay.
There you go.
Where can these be purchased?
Yeah.
I have a son. Listen, you would
No, that's literally.
you
like,
would oh man, you would have met him if circumstances had worked out at 6 feet under. Because
But
horror's
that
his
just
jam.
sounds like, and he's also into games like
Oh,
crazy.
dude,
So it just
he loves
sounds.
RPG.
But yeah.
He loves
So what was it
Awesome,
called
yeah.
again?
Fear of the Unknown. I'll send you an email about
Fear
it.
of the Unknown. 6
Oh,
months ago.
perfect.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Sweet. And yes, brother, thank you for your time, man.
Yeah. For sure.
We'd be happy to come on whenever, man.
Yeah.
Talk about
Yeah,
whatever.
let me know when those features start coming
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Oh, just
Yeah.
a heads up too. We did get 10 lives, and the 5th year was accepted into the Top Line Distribution Festival.
Oh wow.
And so
Yes.
that's I don't know what all that entails other than they get it in front of another audience.
Yeah, it's for distribution companies and stuff like that. But yeah, so we just got notified about that,
And then 5th year,
and then 5th year is going to be currently in the
it's going back to the beginning.
Short Circuit
Yeah.
Film Festival.
We're DFO first screens. So
Yep.
we're going back to Colorado Springs. Ralph, we love you. We'll see you
Yeah.
shortly.
Yep.
We will. We love you, brother. Looking forward to it. Oh my God.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, and I look forward to seeing what you come up with next.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, Thomas,
Appreciate it.
appreciate your time, brother. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah,